Venables got a huge win this weekend, especially after Nebraska has been hot. The rivalry is just not on the field. It's also in the transfer portal too, which is pretty intriguing. But before we dive into it and talk about the flip of Walter Rouse, we need to do a little bit of house cleaning. Go ahead, hit that like and the subscribe button. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments below about this win for Venables. And honestly, could this be classified as one of the biggest wins that Venables has had as a head coach for the University of Oklahoma? So the other day, everybody expected Walter Rouse to sign with Nebraska. Oh, no. On the contrary, the Stanford transfer flips his commitment from Nebraska to the University of Oklahoma. The important thing to note here is Matt Rule and Nebraska have been on an absolute recruiting tear as of late. Matt Rule is trying to turn Nebraska around. And to go in there and lose a guy that has played in 40 career games, had 39 starts at left tackle, that's a pretty big loss. But you didn't just lose him. You lost him to your rival. Well, I guess former rival, because they're not in the Big 12 anymore. But Walter Rouse, 40 career games, 39 starts at left tackle. Why is that important for the Oklahoma Sooners? Well, could be the loss of Anton Harrison to the NFL draft and the injury to Jacob Sexton in the bowl game. Or Chris Murray. Or any of those guys that are going to no longer be here because they've graduated out, they're going to the draft. You lost Wanya Morris too. You lost two starters and then another guy that has given you some pretty nice production. And here's the deal. This absolutely makes sense for Bill Bedenbaugh and Walter Rouse, because Walter Rouse has 1 year plus his red shirt, so 2 years. And this is a guy that has tremendous experience, as we talked about it, played 40 starts. We're going to mention that again because that's important. You're getting a guy that is exceptionally talented and exceptionally experienced. And here's the deal. He's a great athlete. He's physical in the run game, and he moves really well as a pass blocker. So when you look at what Oklahoma got, they didn't just get a 6'6", 318 senior offensive lineman from Stanford. They got themselves a real bona fide starter, which has been heavily needed at the left tackle position since the announcement of Anton Harrison, Chris Murray, Wanya Morris to the draft. And we're by no means playing down Caleb Schaefer, because we got him as well. But we've already talked about him. Oklahoma's finding their needs that they had an issue with this season and the holes that were created during the offseason, and they're filling them. So where does this leave Oklahoma? You have 15 outbound transfers. Not a lot of production leaving. And mind you, a lot of those guys currently have not found a home. Does that mean they come back? I have no idea. We've seen it happen before with Justin Harrington, but I have no idea. Some of them, you would expect just it's going to be a no, because they had to leave because of a specific situation personally. But when you look at what Venables has done in the transfer portal with the 11 that he's taken in, Walter Rouse, Andrell Anthony, Devon Sears, Rondell I'm not going to be able to say this right. I don't know why I can't talk today. Bothroyd, Caleb Schaefer, and I'm going to say this one wrong, Luke Elzinga, Trace Ford, Reggie Pearson, Dason McCullough, Austin Stogner, Jacob Lacey. All of those are transfers. And they all fill needs that Oklahoma has had a void in. And yes, this staff could have went out and got probably better players than what they've taken so far, because there are much better guys still entering the portal. But instead, this staff is going out there and they're finding guys that fit the culture, fit the scheme that Brent Venables wants to run. And that should leave confidence in every Sooner fan that, yeah, we might not go win 11 games next year, but damn well we're going to win 8 or 9. I feel confident in saying Oklahoma can win 8 or 9 games next year. And guess what? If they win 11 and win the Big 12 championship, would it be a shock? Really, would it be a shock? They had one real down year at 6-7. The staff got put into an blank mode. And the staff's out there trying to fix it. When you look at what they brought in through the recruiting class, you have a center at the offensive line, one of the best in this recruiting class, if not the best. You look at what they did in the secondary. They got guys that can play. I think they got 9 guys that can play corner and safety. They got Lewis Carter and Samuel Omosigo, future cheetah position guys. Phil Picciotti, who is just going to be a hoss at the linebacker position, but he's going to be more of an inside. Derek LeBlanc, Marcus Strong, Ashton Sanders, all of those guys, PJ Adebore, all on the defensive line. And then they went out and got a quarterback for the future. They said, Lincoln Riley left. You don't think we can recruit? Watch me. The world's watching. And the world's watching the Oklahoma Sooners completely retool after a season that just completely shocked them and everybody else. Sooner fans, it's time to buckle up. Because right now, in the recruiting rankings, we sit at number 5. Overall, we sit at 6. There's some final updates that are about to come out in terms of the recruiting rankings. These Oklahoma commits, Jackson Arnold, PJ Adebore, they showed out. Jaquez Petaway also as well. There's a chance you could see Oklahoma move up a little bit. I think the cap might be number 4. I don't think you're getting number 3 from Texas. But with the class that you've signed now, with the transfers that you've brought in, the future of Oklahoma is definitely looking bright.